and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Amanda and I'm the Forever Florist, and I'm here today to show you how to open up your roses so that they look like they do on Pinterest or in the wedding magazines. I'm sure you've seen an arrangement before where you're like, how does it look so nice? Why can't I find roses that look like that? That's because it requires a little bit of manipulation. So if you want to learn how to manipulate roses, hang out with me today. I'm going to show you how to open up two different types of roses. I'm going to show you how to open up regular roses, and I'm going to show you how to open up double roses. Regular roses, always start by clipping and letting your flowers sit in water for a day or two. If you really want them to be nice and full and capable of the movement, then you really need to clip them and let them sit and, you know, soak up some water, some nutrients. They'll be better. Once you get your flower all prepped and ready to go, you're gonna bring it up and we're gonna start working petals. And you're just gonna go one by one until you start getting towards the center here. And we're gonna work, and we're gonna work, and we're gonna work. And you're gonna keep doing that, okay? We're gonna do that until this rose gets nice and open, and then I'm gonna show you how to do that like folded over shape. It also helps if you take your finger down all the way down to where it meets and then just kind of give it a little push. That will allow these edges to start curling, and it gives space at the bottom for your rose petals to expand. These ones that are in the center are essentially locked together. On some roses, like those double roses, they are actually locked together. Like the way that the petal forms, they lock together. So you really have to make sure you're giving them enough space to open up. You can also take them and just gently pull. Try not to go too far in though. Your goal here is to get these outer petals to expand so that the inner petals can expand naturally, because you don't really want to go digging around in the center too much or you'll start ripping petals. This is our folded over locking petal. You see how those kind of lock together? And then we're just gonna do a little spin. And then we'll come back and I'm gonna start separating a little bit more on these outer petals now that we have all of these inner ones that are ready to be expanded. Pretty much got this center almost completely open, okay? As you can see, it's almost completely open here. We've got a little bit left. I'm gonna let it naturally do that on its own. Now, if your goal is just to get to the expanded point, stop here. The water and nutrients will give your flower what it needs to open more from this point to where it is a full blown out rose. Now, if you want this and then some, I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna take these bottom petals out. Okay. The reason we do that is because it allows you to then pull your petal as far away as it can be. And then we fold this down. And then we take this, see your little bump here, your thumb here, take your finger, and you need to go further down than the tip, because if you go straight here from this tip, you're just gonna roll it and then it's gonna rip. You wanna pop it, see that? And then do it slow because you'll rip your petals very, very quickly doing this. So if you're doing this for an event, please practice before. Do not do this the night before and then be pissed off that all of your flowers ripped. because they will rip. There's no shit. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go around the rest of this and I'll show you what it looks like when I go to that next level. I was talking about ripping them. That's how easy it is to rip them. So then you're gonna come to your next layer and do the same thing, but you're gonna go a little bit further up on that bump so that your flowers aren't completely folded. And this layer, you're gonna need a little bit more determination, is a good way to put it, because they'll be a little bit harder to fold well. Okay, and then we have a rose that looks like this, which is nice and open and it looks fuller. I ripped that one too. Whoops. Oopsies. That's okay. This is just for demonstration. And then we'll come here and we'll start opening these guys up some more. Open this guy. No. Get to the center. Depending on your goal, this is your big blown out rose. This is it. That's what it looks like. See how nice that looks? Obviously the side came back up. They're not going to be perfect. Don't strive for perfection on these, okay? You are almost never going to get exactly perfect with flowers because at some point they're going to start moving. Things are going to happen, especially if it's outside. Wind, all kinds of shit, you know? There's your rose. I'm going to move on to double roses and I'll show you what that looks like. Double versus singles look like. This is a regular single rose. As you can see, it's got a single core. Your double roses have 2 cores. This adds to that ruffly, fuller, big looking. Garden roses are what you want if you're having a wedding. Just my opinion. These are bigger, they look better, they're gonna give you the fullness that you're looking for. You're basically gonna do the same process as we did with the single rose, we're gonna do with the double rose, except once we get to the center, and I'll show you how that looks. So I'm gonna just give you a little refresher here. We're gonna pull them down. We'll pull those off in a minute. I wanna show you how they look just blown open first.
These girls are going to show you so fast how full they are once you start playing with them.
See this petal right here? We're going to rip her out. When you're ripping petals out, you're going to go straight to the base. You want to go as far in and close to the petal's base as possible. Now I can do a little ruffle here, and then take these, give some space, space. You see how I'm doing that? Just stepping. Fingers, just doing some steps. Okay, see how much of a difference that makes? And same thing over here, we're gonna do that all the way around. Just keep stepping. Just keep stepping. Okay, now just give it a little. Just a little. Don't be doing too much with it because you will kill them if you're touching the top a lot. The oils on your hands will distribute onto these flowers, and then you'll have flowers that are dead the next day, and you'll be like, I don't know why my flower turned brown at the top. It's because of the oils on your hands. Please be careful when you're touching the tops. I just washed my hands. Please wash your hands. And the flowers appreciate that bacteria-wise. We're gonna come up in here. And as you can see, my center is already pretty unfurled. So, she's pretty opened up. I'm gonna come in and do the same thing, that stepping motion. I'm gonna try to do in between as many petals as possible, so that they can then have their space. Look at that center, guys. Oh my goodness. Who knew that roses had centers? Who knew? I know so many people who don't think that roses have a core like this. Okay. And then we'll go back down, and we'll move it, and we'll shake it. That's the difference. And this one will look like this one once it takes in a little bit more water, and it gets some manipulating. If this is your goal, stop here, okay? Move on to your next flower. Let this guy sit in some water overnight, and then the next day you're gonna come back and this girl is gonna be so big. She's gonna be ready to go. So your event needs to be 2 days away maximum. Otherwise, these are gonna be way too open. They're gonna start dying. It's gonna be an issue. Practice beforehand so that you're not rushing to do this the night before and it's the first time you've ever done it, you know? Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot of flowers. If you want the fuller, big blown out look, I'll show you how to do that. With this guy, I'm gonna keep these bottom petals. You don't have to. You could throw them away. It doesn't matter. Sometimes these little green things will be the cause of your flowers not expanding. You can rip them off. It's not gonna kill it. I like to just give them a little break. So then we're gonna come in and we're gonna do the exact same process. Look how pretty the pink is on this edge. That's what I got these. I was like, dang girl, you're a pretty girl. And on to the next. And on to the next. And then on. And keep going. And then you can pretty much go as far as you want. But once you get to this point, your inside petals are going to start to expand and you're really going to get that fullness. So I like to come in and do the little push at the base so that we can add a little bit of closure here. A little more fullness. I want to separate these. And if you want to showcase the center, like you really like the way that looks, you can come in here and take out these itty bitty petals and just take them out. Go all the way in. Try to find any more like that. Okay, fold over again, fold back over. And you might have to refold it a few times, particularly if you're practicing. If this is your first time, just be prepared for a lot of rolling of the petals because they'll come undone. See how nice? Let's separate these. Okay. And there's that. Crazy. I can't think of any pertinent information right now to add to this, but that is how you blow open your roses. If you have any questions, I would so love to answer them in the comments. Please leave them below. Please like, please subscribe. Leave me your comments and questions. I love interacting with you guys as often as I can. I try to stay off social media as much as possible also though, as you can understand. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for learning how to open your roses up and have a little bit more of a sophisticated rose and tool in your tool case. So, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.